Hey, it's Brian Maples back with another video. When I say another video, it's been a minute. I haven't been doing videos at all or consistently, and so I don't expect anybody's watching this. But just gonna touch on where I'm at and what I've been doing. I have been working my ass off behind the scenes. Um, Sometimes it feels like you're just running into a brick wall and you have to keep pushing and break through it. So let me just talk briefly about where I'm at and what I've been doing. Um, for those of you that don't know, just real brief, I've done e-com businesses in the past. I've sold one to an aggregator. I did at one point we were doing 500,000 on eBay. We did really well in there. Amazon's the one I sold, and I've tried everything from Facebook Marketplace to Shopify to really anything you can think of. And there was a really interesting post by Alex Ramosi the other day, like, it just said like try drop. It's like it has a grave. I really related to me, and it was like try drop shipping, tried wholesaling, all this stuff. And like I've tried it all, and like yeah, here I am, right? No business, well, very little income coming in from eBay, and back at square one. And I have something to show for it. We own our home, which is great. Um, we have savings in our 401k because of that business I sold. But in the meantime, a lot of things have fallen apart or failed over time. So eBay was providing income for years. It was good. So, now it's been months. I don't have an income. I have applied for some jobs. I haven't had any luck, which is wild. So I just turned 46 the other day. Getting older, and here I am without income, and in some respects, I almost feel like I'm starting from square one. So like I need a comeback here, and I even applied for like Spark driving yesterday because somebody mentioned that, like delivering Walmart groceries. And I was like, that'll be good until I can get something going, and yeah, they're full. Like I couldn't even get a job doing that. So I guess I'll be doing some DoorDash, but. You don't really picture yourself here at 46, but at the same time, like I have a PTA degree, so I could go out and get a PTA job if I needed to. Um, it's just gonna be like a paycheck. I did apply for like an ecom type of job, but I don't know. I mean, I know I have the experience to crush at that job. I just, for whatever reason, not yet. I haven't gotten a call back. Maybe I will, but I don't know. Like I have, you know, multiple years. We're talking probably 12, 13 years of experience over the phone, talking to people, calling, and that's something you need. Like I can talk to people, I can call, especially on the phone. I can call people. Um, yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know. I guess I didn't get the job. I don't know what people are looking for. I don't know if I'm getting denied by AI. Um, I don't know what's going on, man. But like, I can't even get my foot in the door at any place. It's crazy. But that's not stopping me from building and doing things on my end. So I'm all in on Amazon again. Not just Amazon, I'm building a brand because I realized when I built a company before, it wasn't truly a brand. It didn't have an email list, it didn't have a social media following. It was just on Amazon. That's not a brand. So what's a brand? You know. So I just want to say a shout out to Paul Savage and Matt and um, Josh and all the people in the mastermind group. I've gotten Paul's mastermind group, and it's been such a great experience. All these people are fantastic. It's really been nice to talk to somebody that understands, you know, what I'm going through, and same type of people, that entrepreneur mindset. Don't want to work for anybody else. Like, yeah, I could be at like a job for all my life and working for well, pensions don't really exist anymore. Most jobs, unless you're a government worker, uh, good on you, right? But 401ks, I mean, man, that's just like, that's not for me. It just isn't. So I have to do my own thing. But I'm okay with working for somebody as long as it's something I enjoy doing. Um, anyway, so I'm making a comeback. I'm gonna do it. I absolutely am gonna do it. I have, every time I start feeling like things are effed up, I'm just like, God's got my back. I know He does. I know it. So I'm not worried. Um, don't get me wrong. Let me just say, I do get worried. I try to just block it out and just say, hey, I know God's got me. I got a roof over my head. I've got food in my belly. I've got a beautiful family. So I'm thankful. Um, and somebody had mentioned to me, I ain't gonna say who, they were feeling down, depressed, taking some meds and such, and just having a rough time. I've never taken meds, but I've been in some dark places in my life, real dark, and when I was younger, and just miserable. And there's been times that if I would have had, and this is kind of scary to say, but if I had a gun in front of me, I don't know what I would have done. I might have actually pulled a trigger, which is crazy to say that. I was much younger. This was 20 some years ago, but think about that. It's tough to put yourself in that place. I was just in a dark place at the time. So if you have trouble, you're having mental health issues, reach out to somebody, talk to people, man, talk to friends, talk to family, talk to anybody. You know, people are gonna listen, and people care about you. So, don't feel too down, and keep going. That's all I can say to those people. And tomorrow will be a better day. Just keep going. Um, so anyway, on a brighter note, I've gotten probably 5 different ideas, and some of them I've gotten through Paul himself and through the group. Um, and one really hit with me the other day. We kind of found like a couple keywords. He gave me an idea, and he asked me if I wanted it, and I thought I have too many ideas. I don't want it. But then I looked at some of the other keywords related to that niche, and those keywords were there was nothing fulfilling that keyword, which is amazing. Meaning, you just got to get something on there, and you can make sales because people looking for that keyword. There was probably 12,000 searches or more between a couple of keywords. There's no product truly fulfilling that specific. And to give an example of what I'm talking about, the Travis, and I might be butchering his name, Travis Mariani. I don't really follow him too much. I was going to launch, it's so funny, I was going to launch a carnivore supplement because I do carnivore, well, horribly lately, and I'll have another channel and video about that. But I'm getting back on track for that too. He launched a carnivore supplement, and that carnivore supplement was fulfilling a need. He noticed people were searching for carnivore electrolytes. So what did he do? There was no carnivore. There was nothing labeled carnivore electrolytes. Most people use, because I do carnivore. I've been doing it for years. Been in groups. Most people that use like electrolytes, because what happens is like you lose water because you're not maintaining it because you don't have carbs. So if you're working out really hard, some people feel better if they have electrolytes, especially if you're fasting too, and you're doing carnivore. You just don't maintain as much water. You don't need them. I've never taken them. You can take some salt. I've been fine. I've never needed them. I will drink some electrolytes just because taste wise, even though you're not supposed to do flavor, but that's neither here nor there. My point is, he noticed that this was a spot that wasn't being fulfilled, and he just launched a brand called Carnivore Electrolytes, literally called it the same name that people were looking for, and he's crushing. So this is a similar situation. Now, it's not going to be as popular as Carnivore Electrolytes, but there's multiple keywords that there's nothing for. And the main keyword that we were looking at that Paul gave me, that thing is a consumable as well. And there are some meeting that need, but not really. They're not branded well, and it's not really specifically meeting that. So like it was just too good of a niche to pass up. I needed something like that. You can be successful otherwise, but I'm telling you, like, this is going to be big, I think. So I've been putting my time into that. I can't talk about that because even though, here's the thing, like, I'm trying to do this USA made, shit's not easy. It's not easy. And if it's that hard, like Alex Ramosi says, if it's that hard, people aren't going to do it. Excuse me. Because it's too damn hard. And people aren't willing to put in the work. They give up. And that's good. That means that it's going to give me a leg up, because if somebody wants to come out and do this, it's going to be hard. They can't just go to China and buy it. Well, I guess you could, but my point is you can't just go and buy something like this, and it wouldn't be USA made, so you're going to be missing out there. People usually don't want consumable products that are made in China. They just don't, unless it's like makeup, but it's not makeup. So anyway, anyway, I have been on the horn, man, calling, like, here's one thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna tell you about this product I want to do. It's not as good as the one I'm doing otherwise. I actually have multiple good products I think would do really well. But this one I'm keeping to myself. I'm going to do it under my main Amazon account. My other one under my wife and a different LLC, that's the one I'm going to use for the product I'm going to tell you about here in a second. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to do something, you cannot. I'm in hyper mode. I'm in hyper speed. I am not messing around. I don't have time for that. I don't have any income coming in, you know? So in the meantime, I got to start driving DoorDash. I got to start doing Spark if they ever let me sign up for it. It's crazy. I'm getting denied by a grocery delivery. But hopefully, you know, I can get doing that just so I can make, I don't care if it's $100 a day. It's $500 a week, $2,000 a month. With the amount I'm going to pay for just the gas in my car wear and tear, but you get paid like 70 cents a mile tax write-off. So I'm going to be essentially paying no tax on that. I'm not even be making that much. You know, I don't have a mortgage. I don't have that. We have property taxes, though. I have 3 kids. Like, you know, we have a lot of expenses. My wife works full time. Like, I got to contribute somehow if I'm not bringing it in through eBay anymore. So I'm doing a Walmart account, and we're working on some drop shipping stuff as well. I got a supplement brand I'm going to tell you guys about. Um, so I do carnivore. I'm going to do a video here momentarily about my carnivore supplements and show you those. Um, I've did a ton of calls and emails searching for a supplement maker, but I decided to do one thing, and I'll show you that route here. So I'm going to do a supplement on website, which I've been putting on the back burner for now because I've been working on the Amazon stuff so hard because I think it's a great opportunity. But we're gonna do an Amazon made product, USA made product for Amazon that's gonna turn it into a brand. It's not the best choice, but the PPC costs are low. I've sourced it. I'm gonna show you how I sourced it in the USA. I think we can do this under $2,000 or $3,000, which is like right in the wheelhouse for anybody who doesn't have a lot of money. I'm gonna try to make it work. I think it will work. I don't think it's as good thought out as some ideas, but so when you're doing an idea, some of the best ones to watch are Ryan Moran. And I read his book years ago, and I never truly understood how to do it. And I still am shaky on social media, but thank God for Matt and Paul and the whole group just showing me like the ins and outs, especially Matt showing me the ins and outs of the social media side of that. It's been amazing. Just how to get influencers, and we're going to go through that together once we do this. So you have to have a specific group in mind. You can't not niche it down. You have to have it niched down. You cannot do general sell to all unless you're the only one in the market. So you have to have a very specific group in mind. And the product I'm talking about, so what I did is I came across carpet refresher powder, okay? Now, the big thing about that is I read the reviews so we can make a better product. So I went on Faire.com, and I'll go over this in a video. Faire.com is great for like USA made stuff. Like they have like beef tallow. I know that's a big thing, beef tallow cream. They have like, stuff for all kinds of like homemade type of stuff on there, like candles, and it's hard to find a product that's going to work for Amazon now. So I decided on this carpet powder refresher, and I found a lady in Virginia who runs a shop. She's really sweet, really has been really nice to talk to and work with. So I had her send a bunch of, I bought a bunch of samples basically, and she sent them to me, and she was gracious enough to send me these extra ones and send me a bunch of nice smelling carpet powder deodorizers, and they're like plant-based and like really nice, USA made. So she sends them in these shaker bottles, which is what everybody's doing. Even the ones that are like USA made are in these shaker bottles. It's like a food shaker bottle. It's not really made for that, but it works well if you have it. The thing is, it doesn't ship well, and it breaks. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. It doesn't shift well, or excuse me, ship well. What am I saying? So I've gone here. Let me take these over, and we'll look at them together. So yeah, let me switch it up here. Let me switch up the camera here. How do I switch up the camera? I can't switch up the camera. All right, I don't know. I can't switch the camera up. My phone's goofy. But yeah, this is one of them right here. So you can see on the top how it has a spoon. So these are really made for these. Look, 16 ounces. Smells really friggin' nice. These are made for spices, not made for carpet powder, but they work well because they have the holes. So like I looked at this market and I think it can break into it. I think it can do really well. I think the ones that are doing really well are poorly branded. There is one in a satchel that does really well, like crushes it. So, it's a low risk for a few $1,000s. It's low risk. So I kind of asked her, I said, do you think we get the price down? Like, what would we need to do? And she said, bottles are the most expensive things. So my guess is she's buying these bottles from somewhere in the US. So the nice part is I can use my connections and just my knowledge for going to uh, China and on Alibaba, and I can buy these. Now I did look in the US and I did find some of these fairly priced, probably cheaper than what she gets them, unless she buys them from the same place, which is possible. However, I don't want these because, yes, there was a seal on this, but if you look at other similar ones that launched like this, they'll become broken. That was one of the biggest complaints. This is lavender, by the way. I wrote them down. One of the biggest complaints was that, you know, they break. So I don't want this type of bottle. So I sourced them on Alibaba. I finally found what I was looking for last night. A cardboard tube type, like metal cardboard tube with a plastic top. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to order like 600 of them, like 150 each. Me and my daughters went through all these. And we picked out our favorite smells, and like, oh, man, lavender smells good. Whew, that is fantastic, man. Really nice smell. So one of the big things was like clumpiness. So I talked to her about that, and she's like, yeah, like we can, if you put too much essential oil, it'll make it too clumpy. So like she knows what she's doing. So you got to do the research on it, or talk to somebody that's making it that can do the research for you. So that's the first tip I have for today. Is number one, call. Get on the phone and call. Number two, email. Bulk email. Get out there and email. ChatGPT can write you a great message. Just basically write what you want to write. Have ChatGPT clean it up, right? So you still get the essence of what you're trying to ask for and what you're trying to say. And GPT will make it so it just sounds nice and professional, and it's easy, and it saves me so much time. I love ChatGPT. It is the best thing to ever come around. It saves me hours every day, tons of time. I'm becoming really good with it. And then do a product mock-up, but have ChatGPT build you an avatar first, right? So my avatar is like, I want to have it for pet owners, especially because people want to get rid of pet smells or just bad smells in general. This is really going to freshen up the home and smell nice. So I think with premium labeling, USA made, um, and the smells I have, which I'll show in my next video, I think it can do really well. Now, is this ideal? Like I have a target market. It's like basically pet homeowners, but also I thought maybe I could do like maybe I could do it like because you can do it on upholstery. Maybe you could do it on like for cars. So maybe I should niche it down to like cars, car smell or something. I just don't know how that would work or how good that would be. But some of the complaints about this were like it doesn't vacuum well. So if you have too much essential oil, it might be too clumpy. It can ruin vacuums. So these are things I'm taking into account. The bottle itself has to be sturdy. It can't be clumpy. It has to smell good. Um, and then you have to decide a market for it and a use for it. So I think pet owners, I don't know if that's niched down enough though, to be honest with you. But I still think I can break in just because of poor branding in that space. So we're gonna find out because I'm gonna do it. And this is gonna be the one I'm gonna do live with everybody. And I think with the smells we have and the packaging, it's gonna stand out. And I don't know. I want to do 4 different smells. The thing is, I think just do 150 bottles each. Um, I just don't know how to just sell them individually for like 16, 17 bucks a piece, maybe, or maybe do like a bundle. It's hard to say. If you want to do this inexpensively, you got to figure it out. So I'll have to figure that out. So Last night I'm getting a quote for 600, and I'll show you in a video a 600 quote, 600 bottle quote. I should actually probably do extras just in case some break or something. But these ones seem very durable, perfect for carpet powder. If I can get them printed as well, with custom printing, I think they're gonna look really sharp. And so we're gonna essentially do a USA made product with Chinese bottles, which is fine. It's USA made. It's still a USA made product. It's not, we're not deceiving. It's just the bottle itself needs to be made somewhere else to get it inexpensively. So if I can cut down on her costs, then we can get it cheaper and do it cheaper. So you figure if we're doing it for $4 or $5 each, and we're gonna do 600 to start, we're talking about $2,400 to, you know 5,000 or $3,000. So somewhere in that neighborhood. And then of course we're gonna have to have PPC shipping, stuff like that. But anything under, honestly, anything under like 4 grand is so cheap, and especially the launch in the USA is amazing. I think we can do it for 3,500 to 4,000, even cheaper maybe. I'm pretty aggressive with PPC spend, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna show you guys everything that I'm doing to get it up and running. So look for my next video. We're gonna go over the AI mockups, the avatar. I already talked about some of the problems we're trying to solve with this stuff. I have a whole box of these things, which she's, like I said, she was gracious enough to send me. So like, I can't, why am my camera? Yeah. Here's the box, which is, there's just a ton of these things. And we decided on a few different flavors. Smells. Cotton blossom, really nice. All these are really cool. They're just really unique smells. And this is one of my favorites, Black Magic. I think, yeah, Black Magic is what I was gonna have it called was Black Tie. Black Tie is, to me, it's more of a, oh, it smells so nice. It's more of a manly type of smell. So it's I don't know what determines that, but she even said like I'll mix it up specifically for you. And it's funny because my daughters were like, "Oh, that smells like Isaac's room," like their cousin Isaac, and they're like, "He's a boy," and like, "No, we don't like that." So like, you know, my guess is there's not a lot of boys putting carpet powder down, but there's probably a lot of dads and stuff. So yeah, we're not doing that one, unfortunately. I think it would be great for like a car or something. It just smells great. You could just put it on your floors and just vacuum it up. I think it'd make your car smell really nice. So there's definitely other niches you could like target, right? So it's not just home carpet powder, which kind of everybody is. That's what I mean. Like it's not necessarily niched down enough. Um, so I'll have to think about that. But it's very inexpensive. I think it can break in as is. Look for my next video. We'll talk about it, and hopefully you guys learn something from me. And if you have something to provide, I'd like to get a Facebook group going of entrepreneurs where I'd be happy to help people. And I actually have one. So I'm going to put that link in my next video. And if you want to join that, we can get in the Facebook group and everybody can talk about it. I don't care if you're doing something like you're a manufacturer of something here in the US, or I don't care if you're just an online seller, or even if you're a drop shipper. It doesn't matter. We're going to talk. We can talk about whatever you want. I have a lot of experience doing a lot of things. And my favorite by far is private label, because you have control over your product. You have control over what you're doing. We'll talk about two-step drop shipping, which is a new thing. Talk about eBay and Walmart and Amazon, and I don't really do Facebook Marketplace anymore. TikTok I don't do, even though it's a huge opportunity. Just a lot of their shipping rules are tough. So yeah, we'll talk about whatever you want, and we can learn from each other. So look for that. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Keep your head up if you're struggling out there.